Hey, I'm Mitch,
And I'm Kim.
and this is the sixth of a six-part video series on the things Kim and I do together. Something put together by request. And if you wandered in the middle, go click on number one. If you've watched all six of them, hope you had a great time. Email us, let us know what you got out of it and things you found to do together, and we'd love to hear from you. God bless.
Oh, another thing that we enjoy doing together is hobbies.
Yeah.
We've talked about cooking.
Yep.
That's something that we like do together. And Mitch is going to tell you about some woodworking projects.
We do projects with friends, and like a guy came over and he wanted to make a bow. It didn't have to be a real working bow, it was just a little project thing for his Fight Club project. And other people come in, we help make different things like that. I make rocking chairs, and I'll go out and be working there, and Kim will come out and sit there and with her computer, and she'll be doing the books or she'll be reading. And sometimes I'll say, hey, I'm kind of stuck here. And she'll come over and say, what if you did this? And I'll say, great idea. And she'll go sit down and I'll work her plan. So I like to use all the brains in the room, not just mine. And that's actually a great asset to be that way.
And I'll help him hold something sometimes, or I know when he
Glues
the rockers together, I always help him get that lined up.
The other thing that she does that really amazes me is we'll be in there doing that stuff, and I'll be out there working, and she might come out of the house and say, how long before you want to eat? And I said, I'll be done in 15 minutes. So she'll go back in for a couple minutes. She'll come out and she'll start cleaning the shop. And by the time we get done, we clean together. And, it's not her hobby at all. But the fact that she'll come out to my hobby and help me clean, and I can leave the shop clean at the end of the day, which I virtually always do, it makes me feel good. What do you think that does to my heart, that she does that for me? I mean, just makes us closer.
And it gets him in faster with me,
I never thought of it like that.
Well, that's kind of like when we lived in the motorhome, I said, I'm used to having my own computer at work. Can I have my own computer? Because then if we're doing things on the computer at the same time, we're free to go sightseeing the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got off track there.
That's great. Family, your sewing table.
Yes. So one of the benefits of having a husband who does woodworking is he makes things for you. So he's made many things. Our pantry is beautiful. Shelves, coat rack, a sewing table. He's made lots of wonderful things for me.
Our daughter Hannah came over. I love it when our kids come over, and it was Silas and Ben and Hannah. I've done woodworking projects with all of them. And I should say Silas, I don't know if I've done a project, but he's helped me do things in the shop. But anyway, for Hannah, we did a fireplace mantle, and she helped come and distress the wood, and we had fun learning how to do that together. And I made a sofa table for her, and she helped with that. So that's a lot of fun, too. And when we do something like that for the kids, I have a 3-stall garage. We have one, and I do the woodworking in the garage. So Kim's in and out with me the whole time, when we're doing that. So that works real good. Even stuff like landscaping. They wanted $2,000 to landscape out in front of our house, and we did it ourselves. I think I used that much money in ibuprofen for my sore muscles. But anyway.
It really looks nice.
But we went to the place, and we bought the stuff, and we did the work. Our daughter Hannah came over and helped us some, and so that's something we can even do. In the shop, every once in a while I get a big tool. It's fun, and I get to put it together. And then recently I got this big dust collector that collects the fine dust. It has a HEPA filter, and it'll actually serve me for the rest of my life. It's that good of one. And so, but Kim helped me assemble it, which probably, they say, takes like, 4 hours or something to assemble it. But she actually comes out and helps me assemble things
I
like that.
usually read the directions, and I don't always know what I'm reading, but he can interpret. And that was quite the project, getting it stood upright.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to do it
Probably needed
alone.
3 men, but Kim and I did it by ourselves. It's a long story. I didn't abuse my wife. I hooked up a cable winch through the attic
You
door.
did it safe.
It was safe. Nobody got hurt.
Amazing.
But just use your head instead of your muscles, Anyway, so she helps me with things like that. And then nothing, too, that she does, it just amazes me. We'll be on vacation at Indy or went out to Columbus, and I'll go to a woodworking store, and she'll go in with me, and she'll split up from me. And maybe after an hour and a half, we'll get together, and she'll say, hey, come here, I want to show you a couple things. And she goes to show me things that she thinks that I might benefit from or want or need, or notice I separated want and need. Anyway, but the fact that she'd do that for me, she just loves me. And then also, over here in Roanoke, we have a house that's actually a fabric house. What's it called? Doesn't matter.
Fabric and Friends.
Fabric and Friends.
The quilting store.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I went over with her, and even her and her mom a couple times. and I just can't believe all the fabric in there. And I build rocking chairs, so I now that I started building those, I could actually get some of my fabric there for that. But
So I don't just go to his hobbies, he goes to mine too. But actually, when we go to the woodworking store, I enjoy looking at the exotic wood, and I like looking at the project books because then it
Yeah.
gives me ideas of things to make.
yeah, that's good. I like that. And then walking together is something else that we do. We just enjoy walking. I walk 6 days a week. I try to. And so sometimes Kim and I walk together. I also have a treadmill here at home.
And I'm one of those people that exercising actually doesn't make me feel better. It made me feel so much better when I learned that really is a thing. So my husband helps me stay healthy by going on walks with me.
Yeah. Humor. Kim says she doesn't laugh enough. And so every once in a while on our video, you'll see a straight face, and then there's a break, we go to nothing, and Kim's face is all red. It's because I said something that made her laugh.
Yep.
And so I like to do that. I try to put a few outtakes at the end of each one. Humor. Grandkids. We were watching the grandkids 2 days a week, so I sent a picture to their mom. Hey, we found a good way to watch the kids. And the kids actually wanted to crawl in the brand new dog kennel, so we let them crawl in there.
They did it on their own.
This is not how we watch kids, but it's fun, it's funny to say, hey, this is how we watch your kids. And our daughter's like, yeah, right, I know you didn't do that. We have a story about anything you do in reverence to God is called worship. So if God created sex and it's beautiful between a husband and a wife, and what's wrong before you partake in sex if you pray and thank God for it and invite him into that relationship? And I know you think you don't want God to know you're having sex, but God knows anyway, okay? So if God created it and it's beautiful, why not invite him into it sometimes? So we learned that anything you do in reverence to God is called worship. So we were at Shipshawana at this Mennonite store, furniture store, and they had this worship sign right above the bed. I just thought it's hilarious. And so I love humor and things like that. Isaiah was helping Kim get clothes out of the dryer.
Yep.
Yeah, and it looks like we're slave labor again. And then also, I get different funny clips that I do, and I'll send them or text them to Kim and stuff just to make her laugh. Is that it? Or is there more?
I think that's
three.
it for today, but we definitely have more for another time.
Okay, so that's it for today, but we're going to have more for another time. This is part 1, and so watch for part 2. It'll be probably a couple months before we come up with another one, but we enjoy doing this. And now that we're looking, I actually bought a selfie stick. I always thought they were a thing of vanity, but for this assignment, I bought a selfie stick. And so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas of things that you can do. And so I hope you have a wonderful week. Make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe. Do everything you can to help us succeed. We'd appreciate that. And have a great day. God bless.